There's just something that energizes you about being in a beautiful place, and this is really a beautiful place. There's no one here, it's peaceful, it's calm, the trickling of the water, the blue sky, the rustling of the bushes, it's just so serene and peaceful. It really it lifts your spirit. I think it is the complexity of it that makes it attractive. There's plenty of other ways you can catch fish, and there'd be a far more efficient way we could catch fish. But there's an inherent cerebral case when you're trout fishing, or particularly fly fishing. There's a whole motion in casting which takes a long time to develop. Then there's the entomology of the fly, what you're trying to imitate, what's hatching at the time, what the trout are feeding on. And then there's the inherent beauty of being in a place like this, walking up a stream, targeting fish in different runs and ripples and pools, and actually sight casting to them, and then having that surface strike occur. It's something that you can't get from many other forms of fishing. Little guy.
Well, it's pretty indescribable. It takes you to some of the most beautiful places, keeps you in touch with nature, and it taps into something fairly not primeval, but natural. I think it's certainly time on your own where you can reflect on yourself and your life, and away from all the hustle and bustle of the city and your work. I find when I come on these trips, I don't really think about anything but being on the river and where the next fish is, and whether there's a fish under that tussock or against that bank, or, you know, it's completely almost meditative, the state that you get into when you're fishing. You're sort of really focused on one thing, and allows you to forget not everything else, but for a moment forget, you know, the day-to-day grind.
Life's very, very busy. There is a lot of noise and there is a lot of rush and haste, and quite often I think you forget the principles or the priorities. I think of my family a lot when I'm down here, and that seems quite ironic because I'm 6 hours drive from them, but mostly I'm consumed by work or thoughts of money, thoughts of the future, and this is just a place of the present, and you get to consider that. There's a different relationship down here. It's a relationship with your mates and with nature, and it's pretty special. You can't buy that experience in the city. I don't think there's any other sport that's like it.
It's not like lure fishing or bait fishing where you can learn it in a day and catch a fish. Fly fishing is a pursuit. Once you start fly fishing, it's almost an obsession, and you just want to get better and better and better, and buy new gear and have new flies and take on new rivers and take on new experiences and catch different species of fish on fly, and it's going to take up a lot of your time if you want to take it on, but you'll enjoy every moment of it.
For me, fly fishing is just that combination of skill and luck and understanding and knowledge, you know, hopefully of where the fish are, that really, for me, eclipses all other forms of fishing.